There is a name for that feeling you get in the dark, that sense of being watched, the low, quiet hum of an order you have disturbed. The name isn't a creature, it's an idea. Pombero.
What if the rustling in the leaves was never the approach of a monster, but the echo of a choice? A boundary crossed not in the forest, but deep within yourself. What if the shadow that followed you was your own?
To really understand this, we have to look at the myth, not as some old folktale, but as a system of laws, an architecture of consequence that operates just beneath the surface of the world we see.
Now, on the surface, the story seems simple. The Pombero is a guardian, a spirit of the night, tasked with protecting the natural order of the forest. But this definition, well, it's merely the door. The truth lies much deeper.
The legend really has 4 core principles. First, it protects the integrity of the forest. Second, it only appears when a line has been crossed. Its purpose is to correct an imbalance, to punish disrespect for natural law. And most importantly, it moves unseen.
But what is this unseen force, and what boundary is actually being crossed? This is where the story turns away from the forest outside and toward the territory within. You see, ancient stories aren't just for entertainment. They're maps, psychological diagrams dressed up in the clothes of folklore. They last, they survive, because they describe something real, something timeless about the human condition itself.
So, let's look at this comparison. The myth tells us the Pombero is a protector of boundaries. Well, in our own psyche, the shadow self is the guardian of our personal integrity. The myth says the Pombero moves unseen. Our shadow operates subconsciously. The legend says he appears when the rules are broken. And the shadow, it emerges as chaos when our own inner rules are betrayed.
And this is the crucial point. The parts of ourselves we ignore, the resentments, the compromises, the duties we avoid, they don't just vanish into thin air. No, they gather energy in the dark. They become that unseen force that disrupts our lives from the inside out.
So let's bring this ancient story directly into your life, right here, right now. Because the forest isn't some place you visit, it's the ecosystem of your own integrity, and its boundaries are the very values you claim to hold.
So how does this internal boundary get crossed? It's not through some grand, dramatic act. It happens quietly, an avoided responsibility. A small moral shortcut you tell yourself doesn't matter. A promise you break with yourself. An inner warning you decide to ignore. Each one of these is a step into the forbidden part of the forest.
You can see the process right here, as a path taken in 4 steps. It all begins with step 1, the internal warning, that quiet little signal you feel first. Step 2 is the small act, the transgression itself. This is almost immediately followed by step 3, self-justification, the story you tell yourself to make it okay. And finally, that brings us to step 4, the unforeseen consequence, that sudden chaos in your life. That is the Pombero. It is the system correcting itself.
The purpose of the myth, then, isn't to frighten you with some monster. It's to force you to look at the part of yourself that you've abandoned, to ask a very direct question.
Think about it for a moment. That difficult conversation, that necessary task, that truth about your own behavior. What responsibility are you pretending just doesn't exist?
Where have you compromised your own code? What small act of disrespect, either to yourself or to someone else, are you currently busy justifying?
The lazy part, the resentful part, the cowardly part. What aspect of your own character do you deny exists, even as its consequences play out all around you?
This is the true function of the Pombero, not to punish, but to reveal. It's not a monster that hunts you, it's a mirror that finds you.
That feeling of being watched? That's your own integrity, asking if you are living in accordance with it. The chaos isn't an external attack, it is an internal correction. The myth was never a story about a creature, it's a story about you.